Hi, it's Aaron and Alice here again, and I'm ready for the big idea. Well, first of all, the big idea is not Alice is pregnant. If any of you know me and Alice, Alice has 2 kids. I don't have any kids, and God bless the way that He's decided to make things work out that accordingly. This idea is, my thinking, bigger than the potential of us having more kids of our own. You see, I went to this church Sunday, and it was called Epic Life Church. Epic Life Church meets over at the theater at the Oak Tree Cinemas every Sunday. And as they're passing out their journal for the week, a great idea. I'm looking at my journal for this week as they're going through the book of John, and out falls a $5 bill. I was like, what's a $5 bill doing in a bulletin, or in this case, a journal? Well, as the pastor says, I'm going to tell you. He explains from the book of John as he's bringing the message from John chapter 6, where Jesus is bringing the disciples up to a mountain to teach them, and then the huge multitude follows, and he shows them how he takes 5 loaves and 2 fishes and decides to multiply them into something absolutely phenomenal. Why, this is not just an issue of how to take 5 barley loaves and to convert them into enough to feed not just 5,000 men, but 5,000 women and 5,000 children, 15,000 people total, to take 5 loaves and turn them into food for 15,000 people. He says this issue is about teaching the disciples about faith. So here it is. He says, oh, we should feed these folks. And they say, yeah, right. All we found was a kid's sack lunch, and it's got 5 barley loaves and a couple of sardines. That's going to feed them. Jesus says, okay, tell you what. Have the people sit down. Let me show you what God's going to do for you. And so as he gives thanks to the Father for the food that he has at hand, it's amazing. When you give thanks for your meals, it makes the meals taste so much better. It's just so savory when you give thanks first, even for something simple as 5 loaves and 2 sardines. So Jesus sits them down and takes these barley flats of bread, which looks like really thick tortillas, and then he takes it and he begins to multiply it and multiply it and multiply it, and he takes these 5 barley loaves, enough to feed approximately 15,000 people. Wow, that is just absolutely amazing. Now, if somebody complains about having a job at a fast food restaurant, just remind them Jesus did fast food. Anytime that you serve fish and chips for 15,000 in one afternoon, that's fast food. In this case, Jesus was doing fast food for the multitude out of 5 loaves. Now, I keep saying that because then the pastor gets around and says, now I want you to take the $5 that you have there, and you should ask God how this $5 should be multiplied by faith. Oh no. That's a terrible thing to ask a kid like me with an imagination that just never stops. Oh no, here it goes again. And then God put something in my noggin, and I had to ask the pastor for permission. So I went up to Pastor Keith Carpenter afterwards, and I says, you really believe this, Pastor Keith? He says, yes, of course I do. I says, okay, let me tell you what I'd like to do. You see, I would like to give an offer to buy the Black Angus motor in. And as I would like to give this offer, I don't have anything more than the $5 that you have in my bulletin, my journal, $5 in Alice's, $5 from my pocket, $5 from Alice's pocket. I will match what your offering is, and in this case, it's a total of $20. But no, that's not what I'm looking at. It's an offering of faith. If 5 barley loaves can feed 15,000 people, then what I have here is not a $5 bill, but this is equivalent to $15,000. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not Oral Roberts trying to come up with some new extended weird reality. I'm understanding that faith is an amazing thing. In fact, it was something that a friend of mine just emailed me. Laura from Arcade Church says, there is nothing a great faith can't accomplish in the name and for the glory of God. Thanks, Laura, for reminding me that with God, nothing is impossible. So I told the pastor of this Epic Life Church, I would like to take this $20 and I would like to go to the owner of the property of the Black Angus Motel, and I would like to tell him we would like to buy the lease and we have the ability to do this. By faith, I am thinking behind me, I've got $20, which in my thinking of faith, we have about $60,000 that we can put as a down payment towards this project. Now, a lot of people are already saying this is crazy, but we're dealing with, by faith, God can do anything. So with a heart full of faith, I am looking to take this offering, this gift, this blessing of God, and to make this potential, because this motel is not going to be run by a couple of greedy Gusses who are looking for a little bit of cash for their pocket. No, it is going to be a ministry-based motel business where the people of the church are looking to minister to the people of the community. This will be completely different than how it was before. Rather than there be drug dealers and prostitutes, there will be people that are serving the people in the motel, people from the church, and there will be people from the various churches who have been delighted to help out day after day, week after week, to join along with on this motel ministry to reach and to be a blessing where before it was a blight. The Columbus Motor Inn has been a good test site for that. And now we're looking to potentially take this and see, will God multiply our blessing? Will God allow it? I don't know. This is all a big question up in the air. God is just saying, I want to test your faith. And in this case, is our faith big enough to say we have the ability to buy the motel, formerly known as the Black Angus Motor Inn? Do we have the ability to make this happen? This is all God's doing. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a big leap, a big step of faith, and I will keep you posted as we go along. Thanks for watching this, and thank you for praying for us. I am excited to tell you how it will turn out. I'm going to be talking to the owner this next week. God bless, and thanks for praying. Bye-bye.